Eto na mga boss, kakapasok lang na balita. Grabe si VP Sara, nagulat. Nagsalita na si PBBM. Inutos ng anti-political dynasty law. Impeach nyo na ang Duterte. Base sa impormasyong kumakalat ngayon sa social media, mismong mga tiga Cebu nang nagsalita na hindi totoong solid ang Mindanao sa Duterte matapos sabihing please impeach her si Vice President VP Sara. Pero ayaw na daw nila si President Marcos ang ma-impeach. Gusto si VP Sara na lang ang tanggalin ng mga Bisaya. Bumaliktad na sa Marcos sa mga supporter sa Mindanao ng Duterte kasi si BBM nang mas gusto nila. Kaya ito, sabay-sabay nating panoorin kung paano si Vice President VP Sara. Grabe, nagulat. Nagsalita na si President Marcos. Inutos na anti-political dynasty law. Impeach nyo ng Duterte. Tara, panoorin natin to.
First of all, allow me to request the members of Congress here 2 words. Impeach her. I didn't say him, I said her. Let me go to my point. I'm sorry I have to speak English because I can only speak Cebuano. Kung gusto mo akong binisayon, kami rin ni Congressman Adjo ang magkasinabot. So, let me just say something. Let us make the law fit to the personality, culture, and mindset of the Filipinos. The Filipinos easily forget. They forget. Take note. I'm sorry, I am 72 years old, and so I was born 54, and in 1972, which was martial law year, I was already a college student. CIT. There are 3 things that I want added into this law or into this bill. 3 things. Because all I hear from the radio and see on TV are only the consanguinity and affinity relations. What about the chronological limitations? What I mean is, if a person has been sitting in a position for 3 consecutive terms, allow for a space between that and the next relative. Allow for a space so that there will be no continuity of, like what the teacher from St. Carlos said, you will be the next mayor? Come on, man. Secondly, let there be a geographical limitation to it. Like, if there is a congressman from the 1st district of wherever, there shouldn't be a congressman of another district of the same name. There should be a barrier again. Congressman Cutie, I'm sorry, I'm from Mandaue, and I am sick of the continuity of names there. Taga Mandaue, Mangogo, and I'm a senior citizen of Mandaue. And the third is really put it in the mindset of these people who want to perpetuate in power. Put it put it in the mindset. Let us criminalize the intent, the criminal intent and the malice of having to run, knowing that this law prohibits it. What is criminal intent? By letting them sign a waiver. If you will win, and you know that you are not qualified because of the provisions, you go to jail. The members of Congress may be smiling or happy or what, and may say, this guy is stupid. Because I am not a politician. I have never imagined myself to become a politician. I hate popularity. I don't want also to become an actor. Okay? So,
Sorry.
so politics and acting are outside of my field. As I said, I'm from CIT, so I'm a technocrat. Talk to me. Talk to me about chemistry, about physics, about mathematics. I'll be very happy to talk with you. But please consider these three things that I ask you to include in the provisions. Punitive and penalizing provisions of your bill that you want to make. Maayong hapon, daghang kayong salamat.
We now call on Lazanax Lauron from the Alliance of Environmentalists and STEM Students for Inclusive Governance.
Yeah, can I just a request to allow our Vice Mayor to address the audience because he's leaving now, if it's okay with you. You can continue on after him, okay? Okay. At saka Elden, yang mas bata-bata ka naman eh. Show allow the senior. Mayor Osmeña, please.
Thank you very much. Maayong hapon ka ninyong tanan. I just want to assure you, I'm in favor of the anti-dynasty bill. As a matter of fact, think very clearly to help accelerate it. You can encourage one family member to run against another. That will allow many families to split up. I don't mind that, no. I'd like to thank the Cebuanos for giving me the opportunity, for having served you for so long. Give others a chance, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor Osmeña, for gracing the affair. Gusto naman natin mo marinig mula sa kinatawan ng Caloocan City, Representative Edgar Elise.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. For more than 4 decades, I have put entrenched dynasties in my city, Caloocan. Personal ko pong naranasan bilang isang ordinaryong kabataan noon, walang sikat na apelido, mahirap, walang kamag-anak na politiko, kung papaano ako hamakin, alipustahin at takutin bilang isang taong gustong maglingkod lang sa bayan. Alam ko kung paano sumuot sa butas ng karayom upang makapasok lang sa paglilingkod sa bayan. I was bullied. I was chased by goons. My family was threatened. Our headquarters were ransacked. My supporters were hurt and intimidated. Barangay and youth officials who supported me were suspended, harassed, and punished. These are not theories to me. Ito ay buhay na karanasan. That is why I know, both in my heart and in my mind, the mindset of entrenched political dynasties.
Wait lang mga boss, kung nakaabot na kayo sa part ng video na to, baka gusto nyo munang mag-subscribe sa bago nating YouTube channel. Doon na kasi tayo mag-upload ng mga reaction videos. Nakapin sa comment section ang link. I-click nyo lang para makapag-subscribe. Pag nakapag-subscribe na kayo, i-comment nyo lang ang location nyo para ma-shoutout ko kayo pag nag-upload na tayo doon ng video. Tara, tuloy na natin to.
Their mindset revolves around entitlement. They see themselves as natural leaders, as if governance is a family inheritance and a divine right. They convince themselves that the people cannot thrive without their continued presence. And this mindset weakens democracy. lumakas at tumaba ang mga political dynasties noong panahon ng rehimeng Marcos. The dictatorship found it convenient to sustain regional and provincial dynasties to remain in power and suppress dissent. The principle was simple. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And we both remain in power. In doing so, public funds became dangerous tools to perpetuate dynasties. Principles of public finance were ignored. All that mattered was to stay in power. The result, from being the second biggest economy in Asia in the 1960s, na pag-iwanan na po tayo ng mga bansang malayo ang ekonomiya sa atin noon. The poorest communities in our country are ruled by political dynasties. The wisdom of the framers of the 1987 Constitution was precisely to dismantle these dynasties because they block progress, monopolize power, and deny equal access to ordinary Filipinos who have the talent, the skills, and integrity to lead. My colleagues, let us not forget the violence born out of greed for power. The assassination of Senator Ninoy Aquino in 1983. The killing of Evelio Javier of Antique, the Maguindanao Massacre in 2009, and many others whose names history may not fully remember, but whose blood stains our democracy. My version of the anti-political dynasty bill is the product of persistent and principled advocacy. In fact, this was the first proposal that passed the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms in 2013. It reached the plenary, was debated, but was eventually archived because the forces of political dynasties refused to surrender even a single vestige of their power. At yan din po yung mararanasan natin ngayon. This proposal is a reasonable and enforceable compromise. It allows only 2 members of the family to hold public office simultaneously, one at the national level and one at the local level. If passed, fat dynasties will definitely disappear. It limits the prohibition to the second degree of consanguinity, meaning it applies only to the immediate family household, mag-ama, maglolo, magkakapatid, at kanilang mga asawa. Beyond the household, enforceability becomes unrealistic and arbitrary. Hindi makatwiran at hindi epektibo kung pati magpipinsan at mas malayo ka mag-anak, mga apo sa tuhod, ay babawalan. Fourth degree of consanguinity is impossible to implement. Vice Mayor Osmeña. Gandang hapon po. Imagine kung 5 magpipinsan ang tumakbo ng sabay-sabay. Sino ang hindi papayagan? First come, first serve? 1 linggo pa lang bago simula ng filing ng certificates of candidacies, pipila na. Mag-aaway kung sino nauna. At ang pinakamasama, paano kung yung nauna yung hindi pinakamagaling? Baka magpatayan pa. It will turn the COMELEC into a genealogical tribunal. Kung ang iyong immediate family ay hindi magkasundo at sabay-sabay kayong kumandidato, pare-pareho kayong madidisqualify sa aking panukala. Simple lang ang aking katwiran. Kung ang sarili mong pamilya ay hindi mo kayang pagkaisahin, pamunuan, paano mo mapapagkaisa ang bayan? This man, away, nagmumurahan, mag-ama, nagbabastusan, at minsan, nagpapatayan pa dahil lang sa kapangyarihan. There are good dynasties who brought progress in their localities, but they are exceptions rather than the rule. If they are truly good, then 1 or 2 of them can lead the government, for the rest of them can choose other careers that can help their community. Good dynasties have no monopoly of talent. Paano lalabas ang mas magaling? kung sila na lang lagi? Paano lalabas yung pinakamagaling kung sila na lang lagi? The bill now fulfills our constitutional duty as we see them as a consequence of decades of our inaction. Ghost projects, political, social aid, and the mismanagement of public finance. Tama na po. Sobra na po. Ngayon na po. Tulungan niyo po kami. Salamat po.
Maayong buntag sa iyong tanan. Maraming salamat po sa pagpunta sa public consultation tungkol sa mga House bills to prohibit political dynasties as provided in the 1987 Constitution. Sa bahagi natin, bahagi po kami ng Makabayan Bloc, filed House Bill 209, the first bill filed in the 20th Congress prohibiting political dynasties, bringing the fight since 2001, nung final po ito noong una ng Bayan Muna. Historical, but long time coming and matagal nang necessary na ma-file po ito. Narito po ako bilang miyembro ng kamarang ito, pero more importantly, bilang tinig ng henerasyong namana ang isang political na sistema na nababaon sa krisis. Tayo, ang henerasyong isinilang sa pangakong pagkapantay-pantay at greater political participation, pero binigo ng mga monopolya sa politiko ng iilang pamilya at negosyong nasa likod na sumisira nito. Today, we breathe life into our future. So nandito tayo para i-discuss yung House bills, hindi lang ng sa atin, pero yung sa iba. At tignan natin yung nitty-gritty details nito at pag-usapan natin kung ano bang kailangan. Malinaw kasi sa saligang batas na dapat may equal access for opportunities of public service and therefore bawal ang political dynasties. At dapat gawan ng batas at definition ng Congress ito. So ulitin ko po, constitutional command ang pagkakabatas ng prohibition on political dynasties. It is unfortunate that since the 1987 Constitution, 39 years have passed and various Congresses, various administrations failed this constitutional command. So kaya tumitindig yung 20th Congress, tumitindig tayo na kailangan na ng gantong batas at bahagi kayo ng prosesong ito. Malinaw po ang modelo at framework ng House Bill 209 ng Makabayan Bloc. Una, ang prohibition both simultaneous and successive sa political dynasties. Both po ito na pagkasunod-sunod ng walang breaks and yung sabay-sabay na miyembro ng political families, bawal po. Ikalawa naman, up to the 4th degree of consanguinity and affinity ang prohibition. Hanggang pag magpinsan po ang bawal. And ikatlo, ang ating regime right now ay introduce ito bilang qualification bago maging kandidato. Ibig sabihin, sa statement po ng candidacy, certificate of candidacy, na ifa-file ng isang kandidato, nakalagay doon na hindi po kayo miyembro ng political dynasty as provided by law. And therefore, pwedeng magkaroon ng cancellation to that effect at the onset pa lang. Ang magiging siguro resulta nito, first to file na prohibition at welcome natin yung discussion tungkol doon. At the end of the day, ginagawa natin to para ang kabataan magkaroon ng espasyo for public service. No longer that we will be shut out bilang marginalized sector, oras na ito para tayo ay tuloy-tuloy na maging bahagi ng political processes paghubog ng kinabukasang deserve natin. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you, Congresswoman Go. Now, may we hear from the Gabriela Party List representative, Congresswoman Sara Jane Ilago.
Hi, maayong udto sa inyong tanan. Maraming salamat. First and foremost, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your presence and your willingness to engage on one of the most fundamental issues we have today in relation to our democracy. House Bill number 4874, which this representation from Gabriela Women's Party principally authored, and which is also first filed by Bayan Muna in the year 2009, hopes and really seeks to ensure that every candidate, regardless of their background, have a fair shot, not just in running in the elections, but at winning the elections at the national or the local level. The Anti-Political Dynasty Bill is also at its core a fight against systemic corruption. Hindi lang ito yung kumbaga mga hakbang natin sa paglaban sa korupsyon, ngunit napakahalaga nitong hakbang. We believe that when we break the dynastic system, we also break a major engine in the systemic corruption, kung saan dumadaloy yung mga pag-uusap at mga talakayan na iilan lang ang nagdedesisyon tungkol sa mga kontrata, tungkol sa kung paano ginagastos ang pondo ng ating bayan, tungkol sa kung ano ba ang dapat binibigyan ng prioridad pagdating sa mga palisiya at mga programa. Hindi lang para sa mga kababaihan, kundi para sa mga kabataan at sa mga susunod pa na henerasyon ng ating mamamayang Pilipino. We are here today for a consultation to seek your insights, listen to your views, to understand your perspectives, and we also hope to learn from you. No? Alam natin na hindi dito magtatapos sa pagpapasalang at pagsusulong ng anti-political dynasty. We're batting for campaign finance reform. We're batting for a genuine party list reform. We're also batting for budget transparency. Ang dami pa nating mga laban. At ang tanging panawagan po natin, sana hindi matapos sa konsultasyon na ito. Hindi lang tayo makikinig, hindi lang tayo mag-uusap. We'll get organized, we'll stay vigilant, and we'll continue the fight against systemic corruption. Maraming salamat at kami po ay excited na makinig mula sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Congresswoman Sara. Nais naman natin pakinggan ang kinatawan ng 3rd District ng Bukidnon, Representative John Keith Flores.
May hapon sa tanan. Ako isa ka produkto sa isa pod ka pamilya nga naay dugay na sa politika. No? Sa pod ko ka produkto sa UP Cebu. Una din ni karon nawagan sa inyo ha, nga dapat suportahan ninyo yung mga lain-lain nga bills na din ni karon. Kay kung walang pressure gikan sa katawhan, dili pud ni mapasa nga balaod. Kung inyo ning kalimtan, inyo pong kalimtan nga amo ning gi-file nga mga bills. The more nga inyo i-pressure ang mga katawhan nga botaran kini o suportaran kini, the more mapugos ang mga members sa Congress o members sa Senado nga ipasa kini long time overdue na bill ang kaning anti-political dynasty. Kung dili niyo suportahan sa nga pamaagi, kani gihapon mga pamilya ha, kani gihapon mga apelyido ha, ang inyong makit-an sa pipila ka tuig mobalik din sa inyo mga utana at ng political dynasty. Dili gihapon maundang mga kaigsunan, no? Mawala gihapon ning mga dili mangaling naong, pero mawala gihapon mga apelyido ha ang inyong makita. Kung dili ni pasa, kung dili ni mapasa karon. Daghang salamat. Parang ako yung tinuturo mo, Chan.
Okay, thank you very much, Congressman Flores.
Ngayon, ikaw bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento mo sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.